Over 20 years ago, Alex Jones created the media platform called InfoWars, and in the decades since, it's grown into a truly remarkable institution with over 200 radio affiliates, tens of millions of unique website visitors monthly, and a 24/7 live news TV channel broadcasting from state-of-the-art studios in Austin, Texas. InfoWars has become the most trusted independent news source in the country, dedicated to delivering breaking news, live coverage of special events, and exclusive reports you won't find anywhere else. While the old guard media struggles to maintain supremacy in a landscape rocked by innovation and technology, InfoWars has been at the forefront of the information revolution. From 8 million radio listeners, over 2 million YouTube subscribers, or the billions of views of our online content, InfoWars proves dominant in every facet of media we enter. For the hardest-hitting reports, uncompromising analysis, for high-profile interviews and bombshell revelations, accept no substitutes. Demand truth. Demand InfoWars. InfoWars. Tomorrow's news today.
It is Sunday, May 20th, 2018. I'm going to do just a quick little 5-minute update here with some critical information for everybody. And then I'm going to go into my main studio and get ready to do the Sunday edition from 4 to 6 p.m. Central. And, of course, there's the weekday broadcast, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central, and all the other broadcasts we put out with David Knight, Owen Schroyer, Roger Stone, and others. Roger Stone just got back from D.C. yesterday, where he was meeting with lawyers. He also met with lawyers in Miami. And we've got several of these individuals coming on the broadcast tomorrow during the weekday show, like Mr. Caputo, who worked for the Trump campaign, a very credible individual who's already been questioned by the FBI and been investigated, as everyone knows. He's testified to Congress, you name it. 8 people, it was 6 yesterday, it's now 8, have been questioned in the last week by Robert Mueller, the former head of the FBI, very corrupt individual that covered up 9/11, covered up the anthrax attacks, covered up the death of John P. O'Neill, and much more. Very, very corrupt fixer that the mainstream media has put up there as this god, this mountain of goodness. And we've known Russiagate's fake. We know it's a hoax. We know it's about trying to get people caught in process crimes of misleading the FBI. That's a federal law. They should repeal that law. Totally unconstitutional. They claim that you misrepresent something to them when they're asking you all this minute stuff, and then you go to jail for that, not any real crime. And that's what's come out of Russiagate so far, is what 3 or 4 people pled guilty. A couple others have been indicted for process crimes, 15-year-old tax returns. They claim that offshore stuff wasn't done right or whatever. But meanwhile, Hillary has billions of dollars stolen in her foundation, money laundering, you name it, it's okay. Tarmac meetings with Mueller giving uranium to the Russians. He's in business with Russian oligarchs. He's on the board of companies with real Russian oligarchs getting real money. I mean, it's incredible. They are in trouble for and so now they're trying to point at the American people, patriots that are bringing the country back, bringing the jobs back, bringing the military back, bringing our energy back. By the way, that's devastating Russia. Trump's just devastating Russia, which I'm sad has to happen, but America first. So I'm not that sad because I want to work with everybody and I want free market worldwide. But Trump is really giving it to China, Russia, you name it. The globalists are the ones that sold us out. And so here's the news. 8 people. And we're going to list those 8 today. It was 6 yesterday that he confirmed. 8 people. In some cases, folks have been scooped up for up to 8, 9, 10 hours and are interrogated. And the big news is they're asking about questions of Russiagate, Russian espionage, WikiLeaks, Guccifer 2.0, and me. So a lot of the trolls on the internet, I noticed on Twitter, were like going, oh, Jones, you're not being investigated for Russiagate. Don't make that up. And the reason that's important is that's a tactic. I started the broadcast off yesterday, an hour-long special report on McClatchy last year. FBI-led investigative team examines role of conservative news sites in Russia campaign. I'm in here, And it says a criminal investigation by the FBI into Russiagate. I told you then, and it was also in the Associated Press, InfoWars under criminal investigation. And back then, that was so shocking to people that even CNN's like, Jones claims he's under criminal investigation. They had congressional hearings. That's what McClatchy reported on. See? Want to go read it? I'm on 3 pages of this. I'm quoted in it. That's McClatchy. It was also an Associated Press. So that was over a year ago. I'm going to be covering all this in the HD studio with document cams and dates and everything coming up in like 20 minutes. So it's very, very frustrating that people live in such denial. I have George Soros back groups suing me. I have Hillary coming after me. I have all the globalists. They're demonizing me everywhere to set the precedent to shut down the entire independence movement on the web. The Wall Street Journal 3 months ago reported they're going to get WikiLeaks, Alex Jones, and ISIS. And when we've all been shut off the internet, they believe it will set the precedent. Of course, ISIS is bad, but by mixing us in to shut everyone down but the big corporations. This is official. This is the end of the internet plan that Matt Drudge warned of 2 years ago on my broadcast, 2.5 years ago, that he was told by a Supreme Court justice. So it's here. It's happening. And we broke last Sunday that Halpern, Stefan Halpern, the American Anglophile, who admittedly works with MI6 and the CIA in infiltrating political campaigns, he's been caught before, was not investigating Russiagate. He was trying to get people to talk about Russiagate and to talk about Russia during the campaign, just so there'd be some discussions with aides and people about Russian influence, so that if they didn't remember that exact meeting, they could be gotten for perjury or lying to a federal agent. We broke that last Sunday. Wednesday, the New York Times said maybe it's him. Friday, they said it was. And everyone hailed them from Zero Hedge to you name it. Oh, look, the New York Times finally broke it. We broke it. Infowars.com broke it. I knew 3 weeks before it was Halpern. But I wasn't ready to go with it yet because I don't like getting sued. But we knew the Daily Caller was about to go with it in a couple days, so we went with it. So that's the issue going on here. Now it's all confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. So we also broke that, I should probably get him on. He's trying to call me Friday. I bet he got questioned too. I know they already pulled him off an airplane. We broke that when Ted Malek, former board member of the Davos Group, we broke, he got pulled off the plane. It took 4 days for CNN to report it. No one else reported it till then because the FBI didn't want it known that they were taking him before a grand jury. We got the call from Ted Malek before the FBI took his phone. And then people were like, oh, Jones, you claim Ted Malek, got hit by the FBI. Oh, yeah, right. This is the mind control in America today, where this is all happening. There's hundreds of articles a day lying about me and my operation. They're trying to shut us down. CNN is saying, don't publish Jones's book. And then publicists that even discuss it get fired. And CNN saying, shut his YouTube channel off. And then when they had it about to be shut down, it turned out they were lying about what they even said I did. So they took the strikes off. And then they had articles going, no one wants your site, Jones. No one's censoring you. This is psychological warfare. It's not about me. It's about recognizing it. Remember back when he was president-elect, they said, we've got wiretaps on him and systems, and we know he worked with the Russians. We're going to bring him down. That was to put the idea out. And then Trump went, well, that's illegal. Plus, it's not true. But you can't leak that. Then they go, oh, we never said that. Remember, we never spied, and now it's all confirmed. Physical spies. Digital monitoring. They don't call it wiretapping in decades. Of all of Trump Tower. Trump's lawyer being spied on for years. Remember what we got from Maricopa County Sheriff's Department and Dr. Corsi and others? Remember what we got in what, April of last year? Over a year ago? We got the DEA database dump, which I did not publish, by the way. We only put out screenshots of our phone numbers, blacked out, where the DEA can jack into the whole NSA spy grid. And then it shows who there's open digital taps on, and it was 120-something thousand people in America and of people of interest, not for crimes. Remember, the head of the NSA said, we don't spy on you because we think you're bad. We spy on you because you're interesting. They had my personal office number that I had kind of forgotten. I got a landline in this little office years ago, and then I still kept it back when I still had 3 offices in town. I have 2 now. And I had that thing for years and hardly ever even used it. And it was, it was that line. It was Trump's Mar-a-Lago line. It was his private line. These are numbers I had. And I'm looking at this database going, yeah, that's Trump's number. That's that. They didn't even deny that in the media, folks. They just didn't cover it. How sensational is that Obama gets into office in 2009 and boom, I'm being spied on. And what came out today in the news, I'm going to cover this coming up, mainstream news. They're down going, well, it's just routine. Yeah, we've been spying on Trump since 2010. It's really 2009, exactly as those documents showed. You think they like it when we get secret documents like that and are willing to publish it when nobody else will? You think they like it that we got the message to Trump that Arpaio had been convicted because nobody was covering it by this judge? She just found him guilty, so he pardoned him, and it was confirmed. That was InfoWars. I'm just telling you why they're coming after us and why they're demonizing us is because they want to set the precedent with InfoWars, and then everybody else is going to fall. That's why Infowars.com, Newswars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, EuropeWars.com, our little Europe office we opened up, is so critical. As God is my witness, I have no connection to the Russians. I'm 100% patriotic American who believes in free market capitalism, American exceptionalism, the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, red, white, and blue, the whole 9 yards, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all of it. And everybody knows that. They know that's what I stand for. And they know that's what Trump stands for. But to have the very globalists that tried to steal the election, that are working for foreign powers, turn all this around, that we're the bad guys, and that we're the people working for a foreign power, they're saying you didn't really vote for Trump. They're saying you were brainwashed. They're saying that Putin told Trump, drain the swamp and all that other stuff. Drain the swamp, lock her up. Drain the swamp's an old term. Lock her up, something we came up with. This is so insulting to everybody, and it's so dangerous. But now it's all coming out that Halpern was spying inside. We already knew that. All of this stuff is coming out. And I need to call Ted Malloch. He's been calling me a bunch. I had a bunch of family stuff. I apologize. That's a key part because I just remembered. Ted Malloch knows these guys. He lives in England. And that's what this, but he only wants to talk to me. And I'm not saying this on air to go, oh, look, I got so many irons in the fire, I can't even deal with it. So I'm going to go out and call Ted Malloch right now, right before I go live on air. So I know that's a key piece of this whole deal. It's just amazing. So here's McClatchy. A year ago, InfoWars being investigated. You can read the article. It says it right there. And you've got the former top Democrat on the Federal Elections Commission. She also wanted me criminally investigated. But then the Federal Elections Commission voted to not do that. But this other investigation went forward. So Stone is yet to be questioned by the FBI. He's the last guy they say they want to go after. And as they close the noose with all this fake garbage, it's now 2 people, Roger Stone and Alex Jones. See, they don't question who they're really going after till the final phase, just like the president, just like Stone, just like me. And they're obsessed with keeping Stone and myself from the president, even though we've gotten some messages the last few months. But that's the only way we're in contact now. And the president didn't say keep that secret, so I'll see how much Roger wants to tell you. But we get messages from the president now because they've got him so isolated. And he just says, keep it up, press the attack. You're doing a great job. We're going to win over these traitors. We're going to make America great again. It's going to come out. They're in bed with the Russians. They're in bed with the Chinese. And they did all this to change the subject. Just like in a movie where they catch the spy and he goes, no, they're the spy. And then, of course, it turns out people saying they're the spies are the ones. So I'm honored to have these criminals and these anti-American terrorists lying about me and attacking me because it means I am over the target and I'm doing a great job. And I appreciate you all for your prayers, your support. Couldn't do it without you. Okay, we're going live in 10 minutes at Infowars.com/show and on radio stations across the country. We are going to be covering it all on TV stations. And I went with my mother-in-law and my wife and two of my daughters to the mall today, and I got mobbed by black people, white people, old people, young people, Hispanic folks, Asian waitress. Well, she wasn't our waitress, but she came over, and I was mobbed. And they were just like, keep it up. We know they're lying. Tears in my eyes. A couple times, because it was a black family with a couple of their kids. Thank God they didn't kill their kids, didn't abort them for the Democrats. And it's just a good-looking, happy family out at the mall. And, hey, Alex, we appreciate you. Hang in there. We know it's all lies. And, whatever they say about you, we just know it's the opposite. Plus, we checked it out. We just really appreciate you and keep it up. And the mother said, yeah, I saw Reverend Childers on the show. He's great. You need to get him on more. Another family came out and said, oh, we love Pastor Brown on the show. He's so strong in the spirit. And these people are all so alive. They're so alive. And I was sitting there while my older daughter was trying clothes on. I'm standing there on the phone, and I get off, and my older daughter comes back out. She says, oh, Daddy, okay, I just want to get one more thing. And I go, okay, honey. And she goes, I love you. And this lady pops out from around the deal. She goes, I love you. And I didn't really put two and two together. I meant, oh, I know. Yeah, my daughter. She goes, no. She goes, we love you. My husband, we love you. And we know they're attacking you because you're telling the truth. And just keep it up. We really appreciate you. And then she was so alive. And then these teenagers came over. I guess boy and girlfriend, one white guy and a black girl. They were like, man, we really appreciate you. Keep it up. We love you. We know, we just hang in there. And I was just like, whoa, it's like not one hateful person, but they still come over. It still happens. And they think I'm this Russian agent or this terrorist or this racist, but people that actually listen, they know the truth. That's why you've got to go to Infowars.com to what we actually say. And I know you already know this, but we're in a race against mainstream media. Just like they tried to break Trump, just like they tried to lie about Trump, just like they tried to destroy Trump, they're having their lie broken because people know the truth now. And so that's why they're so panicked, doubling down with lies. Well, with me, they're testing low-hanging fruit to see, well, can we destroy him to set the precedent and stampede everybody else into fear? And right now they're losing and they are pissed. But that's why our fight is your fight. It's so critical at this juncture. Whatever you do, tell people about the local TV stations you're watching and listening to, the local radio stations. This is internet only right now. Please tune in like 9 minutes to Infowars.com/show or the front page of the site. And take the live YouTube, Facebook, Twitter feeds, however you're watching, and share those. And take this archive and share that and upload it to your page. It's all copyright free to air. Okay. Again, we brought you that Halpern was the mole, tried to plant Russia stuff in there. We brought to you just all of it, and we're going to bring to you the names of the 8 people grabbed in an FBI Dragnet this week and threatened and told, you're going to tell us about Alex Jones and the Russians. You're going to tell us about the Russians. We know there's Russians. We want to know about Alex Jones and how much does he pay Roger Stone and where do they get the money? Is it the Russians? Is it the Russians? What do you know about Russians? And people are like, most of them have never even been on my show. Caputo's been on like twice. And they're like, what the hell is this? We just want to make America great again. And they grabbed his driver and have been threatening the living hell out of him. They think they might be able to flip him to not say stuff that Roger's done, but to just be scared by the FBI to say, I'll do whatever you say. But we're going to follow all of this. This is inside what's really happening in the fake Russiagate to overturn this election of Trump and overturn this revolution against the globalists. That's why this is so big, folks. They don't want you to hear the voice of the people being attacked. But quite frankly, I am honored to have Mueller, that slime bag, dirty wolf breathing down my neck, to know that true evil, true criminal evil that's covered up all the mafia activities of Bush, Obama, the Clintons, to know that slime bucket, that sanctimonious fake piece of garbage, hates me, lets me know I'm over the target. And please call me before Congress. Please subpoena me, you dirt bags. I mean, you are shameful crooks. Unbelievable. We kicked your ass fair and square in the election. We're turning the country around. What Trump's doing is working, and you're pissed because you were the one screwing the country over. All right, that's it for this live transmission. I'm only 7 minutes away from airtime. Infowars.com/show. Yeah, we're only 7 minutes out. Okay, thank you. That's it. Shut it down. Thank you.
Over 20 years ago, Alex Jones created the media platform called InfoWars, and in the decades since, it's grown into a truly remarkable institution with over 200 radio affiliates, tens of millions of unique website visitors monthly, and a 24/7 live news TV channel broadcasting from state-of-the-art studios in Austin, Texas. InfoWars has become the most trusted independent news source in the country, dedicated to delivering breaking news, live coverage of special events, and exclusive reports you won't find anywhere else. While the old guard media struggles to maintain supremacy in a landscape rocked by innovation and technology, InfoWars has been at the forefront of the information revolution. From 8 million radio listeners, over 2 million YouTube subscribers, or the billions of views of our online content, InfoWars proves dominant in every facet of media we enter. For the hardest-hitting reports, uncompromising analysis, for high-profile interviews and bombshell revelations, accept no substitutes. Demand truth. Demand InfoWars. InfoWars. Tomorrow's news today.